This week's episode of the video FitCast is brought to you by turbulencetraining.com. Boost muscle growth and blowtorch body fat at turbulencetraining.com.
Follow these two. Don't miss this, mister. Rule one, out there on the track, in the rain, in the field, you live on your toes. You live on your toes out there. In here in the weight room, you live on your heels. When you bench press, you push, into your arch. And in the Olympic lifts, you've got to be back here on your heels. When I've got a weight, the weight and I are playing tug of war, okay? So if I'm on my heels, I have a chance to fight. Now listen, I'm gonna be on flat-footed, but consciously I'm on my heels. Does that make sense to you? So whenever we do a drill tonight, thank you. Whenever we do a drill tonight, there's a couple ways to think. One is simply wiggling your toes is a good little trick. I tell people to wiggle their toes now almost on everything in the weight room. Even something like swings, kettlebell swings. I'm swinging this weight. Okay, back here is logical. But here, even it's a 24-pound bell, 26, that weight here is enough to pull me forward. Sometime you got a chance. Prove me wrong. Try to do kettlebell swings on your toes. And seriously, I tell people this like, well, I read, Azimraji off the 198 oh, screw off, Try it. So, rule one, everything we do is going to be on our heels, okay? The second rule, and we'll repeat this, is when we're in here, we want to keep connected. And the way we stay connected as Olympic lifters is, you can say it 5 ways, okay? Big chest, spread your chest. I like this one, where break my finger. That's an excellent one. Do that, okay, partners, break each other's fingers for just a moment. Put it right at the top and break the finger. Seriously, just break the finger. Try to break that finger. It's a simple trick. But it's funny. I used to always spend all my time, now spread the chest is a good one. Big chest is fine. But I like this little finger break, everybody seems to naturally go, and get it. And the nice thing is when you break it by bringing the lat into the arm, not necessarily. Maybe there's somebody who does it this way. I don't know. But most people, flare out. So, whenever we do any of our drills tonight, you're going to be on your heels in that finger breaking position. And it looks kind of dwarfy, and I get that. But that's the way it is. So, those are the two rules. Weight on heels, break the finger. Weight on heels, break the finger. Weight on the heels, break the finger, okay? Well, that's a different drill. But since I'm on the velocity diet, I got no air to spare. What we're going to go through first is, I think, the most basic of all the exercises, very important. We're going to go through a couple of things on squatting. So what we're going to do is, usually I do this with dumbbells, but we don't really need them. I want you to pretend you have either heavy kettlebell or heavy dumbbell. By the way, I'm to the point now that I don't put a bar. It's funny, by the time I put a bar on something, we just do front squats, we don't do back squats, that my athletes squat extremely well because of this one. It's called the goblet squat. And so I want you to hold this weight in front of you. Now I want you guys, I'm going to stand up so I can coach. But I want you to go down with me, okay? I want you to go down here. All right, good. I'm standing up because I'm coaching. Now what I want you to do while you're down there is take your elbows and push your knees out. Excellent. Push your knees out. Push your knees out. That's it. Look around right now. Look. Okay, you can go a little deeper. How many perfect squat positions do we have? Look at this. Folks, you're squatting perfectly. Stand up. I love a challenge. Now, what's funny about that, we call these goblet squats. With a weight, you can do it, and if you're having a hard time, just any weight, and it doesn't matter. But, when you do a goblet squat, you naturally squat perfectly, especially when I told you to use the elbows to guide your knees out. Let me show you a funny thing. If you're doing windmills, okay? If you teach windmills with the free hand, your athletes will never do it right. They'll always be over here. But if you teach them to keep skin on the inner knee, they will do it correctly the very first time. Because the skin will tell the body the right thing to do. When when we get down in the goblet squat position, the skin touch, you drop between your hips. Let's everyone down, goblet squat. Okay, hold down there. Good. Push your knees out. Now, how old are you? 39. Okay, stay down. Now, what we're going to do is we have our first problem. Do you have any knee or back problems? Oh, good. Not yet. What we're going to do now is, here, everyone stand up. Now, this, before we can move on, what did they call that stuff? Assess. I assessed him. Let me show you a drill. This is the first drill we're going to do. This is my patent pending drill. Drop down, please. Goblet squat. Push those elbows. Jump on them. Yeah. You're ready. 3, 2, 1. All right. So what we're going to do is, first thing is, he's a little stiff. But see how I'm standing behind him? I'm giving him some. Do you see what's already happening? The second he feels confidence with me, do you notice how he's dropping deeper? Now listen. Okay. No, you're doing great. Okay. You're at Venice Beach. Show me Mr. Universe. Can you big chest? Big chest. Now drop your belly. You're now Buddha. Good. Big chest. You're dropping your hands up. You don't need your hands moving.
Yeah, too close?
No. Big chest, like you're at Venice Beach. Okay, now Buddha belly. Anyone notice what's happening to him?
Yeah, keep going down.
Oh, yeah, huh? Mr. Universe. Come on, really push that. Really pull these back to you. Break my fingers. Now, Buddha belly. Mr. Universe. Buddha belly. Mr. Universe. Buddha belly. A couple things I want you to watch what I just did with him. Stay. You're doing fine. I'm going to pull you out. Don't worry. First off, I'm giving him support. See, I'm holding him. With the big chest, Buddha belly, we are forcing his body between his legs. See, he's dropping even more as he becomes more confident with me. Did anyone notice a difference in position about the last 30 seconds?
Yeah.
All that, can I say bullshit in front of him? All that bullshit about stretching is that's what it is. All that Gumby stuff. We made him instantly more flexible in 14 days. Charles Daly's famous book. Instantly add 1 inch to your arm in 14 days. Okay, so now watch what I finally do with him. Now, why do I pull him out? It's because what we've done here by stretching him out so much, we've also shut his nervous system. So what I want everybody to do is get in your groups of 2, and I want you to do with each other. Take your time, be gentle. Let me show you how. Let's show you how to do it. We'll do you again. Let's show again. Okay, squat down, goblet squat. Pretend you have a weight there. Push your elbows out. It's not that. There, elbows out. He's pretty good. I stand right behind. Now you'll notice I'm kind of squeezing. My calves are squeezing his buttocks. Okay. Now I say, good. He's there. Okay. Relax your belly. Relax your belly. Come on, you're Buddha. Come on. Don't impress the girls there. Big chest like you're on the beach. Relax your belly. Big chest like you're on the beach. Can you guys see him dropping? Big belly. Come on, relax. Big chest. Isn't that something? Now, what I'll do, hand me the stick. Hand me that stick. Do you know how to do an overhead squat?
Sort of.
Yeah, see?
Flexibility's not that great.
Flexibility's not great? Look at that.
That's pretty good.
You can pull them up.
Oh, yeah. Now, all you're doing is you become kind of the nervous system for the guy. You've taken all this, I don't call it the slack out of the line, call whatever phrase you want, but you'll know it when you're down there. Do you have a partner?
Yeah.
Okay, you don't have a partner. Okay, everybody, I want everybody to do the Buddha belly, Mr. Universe, one time. And go all the way down. Take time. And it's okay to be down there for a while. It's okay to be down there for a while, okay? Now, here's the other thing. For those who came late, we have 2 rules. Weight's always on the heel, chest is always up. In this drill, you'll discover why the chest is up all the time, okay? Let's go. Let's work. You work. I can't. Which person? Roll.
Try it.
Did you know? You should. Yeah. Okay. Gobble squat.
My hands exercise.
You get a partner? It's okay. It's going to take a couple times. I've got you, okay? So don't worry. Big chest. Buddha belly. Big chest. Buddha belly. Big chest. Buddha belly. Big chest. Yeah. Buddha belly. Big chest.
This is a cool drill.
Buddha belly.
Good job. Big chest? Yeah. That was so tough.
Roland makes a good point. Roland made a good point about how far can I go. The point being, you can go really far, but remember your balance isn't ready yet. You know, if you, well, we've changed the dynamic a little bit here. It's like when you get stronger and then you go up to hit your first couple of baseballs. You've lifted all off season, but the dynamics changed a little bit. So you're in that kind of, you're more flexible. Yeah, it'll take a day or so. Excellent. Now get yourself into triads, okay? Triads. Freeze. Forgot. All right, I'm going to show you this one with my good friend Roland. Okay, he's going to drop down there. Let me show you. Drop down in deep position. Now this time, and would you just kind of give him support on, just stand in front. I'll tell you, almost be like shaking his hand. Okay. Jump down there, Roland. Now on this one, I'll get your quit cheating. Now what I'm going to do, it works best with the weight belt because you can really get deep, but you don't need it. I want you to get in here like this. See how I'm doing this? And I'm going to see, but don't let me pull you back. Now sit deeper. Sit deeper. Sit deeper. Sit deeper. I'm trying to pull his femur out of his hip. He doesn't like this idea. Okay, relax, relax, relax. Then I come to this side. I'm going to try to pull his femur. Drop yourself down. See that? See that? Drop. Pull. Fight. Don't let him come. Right. Tell him to center himself. He's not. He's coming over. There you go. Drop down yourself. Now, Roland is our toughest case because he's kind of inflexible. But for the rest of us, thank you. But for the rest of us who've gotten the first, when we pull that hip apart, it's like what the ballet instructor's telling you, to pull the legs apart, right? And you'll notice that all of a sudden, you know, I like what Pavel says about flexibility. He says flexibility isn't about, you know, being a rocket, right? He says it's about finding space within yourself. What we're trying to do first and foremost is the body is not on top of the legs. Now, someone said something about anatomy or something today, right? You should study anatomy, right? Right? I studied anatomy growing up on Playboy magazine, so I'm not but the body, am I right? Help me out. If you got a better education, is the body on top of the legs? No. It's slung between the legs. So do this. In fact, this exercise we call potato sack squats. So goblet is when you hold a goblet like the Holy Grail. Potato sack squats is when you hold a sack of potatoes. What I want you to do is put the sack of potatoes right there on the ground for me. This usually cures most people's. Look at this. I mean, look at this. Now I know we might have a good group here, but look at those squats. Everyone's feet are flat, except for people came late. We're working. But see what I'm saying? Look at those. Look at those positions. What you're learning right now is the reason your clients can't squat correctly is because they think that their body is on top of their legs. Stand up, please. Let me show you what happens today. Where's the speed scanner? Is he here? Oh, Papa. Okay, the one nice man is a speed scanner. He says, "Can you help me? I've got, you know, my vastus femoris sticks out when I do my combination." I don't know what the hell he's talking. I don't understand. And I go, "Show me how you squat." And he goes like this. Oh, Jesus. That's not squat. Okay, you squat between the legs. Okay? Now, okay, I'm 49. If I was squatting the way he did it, I'd be in surgery right now. I'd be doing that. Because that didn't put pressure on my knees. Okay? So, let's do a potato sack squat together, then get into our triads and do the drill, right? Potato sack, big sack. By the way, great drill. I'll tell you why this is a great one. Because, see, the athlete has to put their hands on the ground. For someone like you who's not sure where to stop, show me a potato sack squat. Touch the ground. Bounce out. It gives you, remember I said the suitcase carry and the is great for the Bulgarian split squats? Because just touch the ground with it. Well, by God, I mean, there's two ways to do it, you know. Or you bend. And so that I like drills that sometimes in them have the self-corrector, Potato sack squats, touch and go. Does that make sense? You know where to go. So let's do a 10 seconds of potato sack squats. You should get, honestly, between 9 and 15. Okay, on your marks, get set, go. Stop. Now, one of the things I've discovered, especially when I work with adolescents, never go for reps when you're doing a teaching moment. Go for time. Like we did the TikTok push-ups today, we do those for time. Potato sack squats, goblet squats, go for time. That way, it's over. The athlete isn't constant. If you do 8, I swear, it's like, you guys know the polygraph test, the reason it doesn't work is they start to anticipate 5, 6, 7. But if you just tell them to go for 10 seconds, none of you really have a sense of what 10 seconds of potato sack squats feel like. So you'll do the motion without getting hung up of being, 6, 7, 8. And also too, you notice how you all finished at once. And so now we can move. You see what I'm saying? In a teaching environment, these are the small things. Okay, let's get in our triads. Person here is doing the potato sack, okay? Person here is holding one hand and trying to center them as best they can. The other person is grabbing on the thigh, and you can really, really pull. I'm telling you, I mean, you can throw a lot of, you can tug of war that arm out, leg out, okay? Let's all do it, let's go. Triads, I'm gonna give you about 2 minutes to get all 3 people. Don't let one person, you try to pull it, you're trying to pull it towards the knee, but it's okay to pull it out. Because the knee will track.
Do you guys name it? Name it?
Yeah. And when the athlete fights back in, it stretches this.
I'm saying the person who's been forced more on the knee, like he's
well,
doing, or
that's
more
fine.
on the thigh.
The thing is, all I'm looking for is the drop. Yeah, we're looking for the drop.
That was the drop.
Good. What do you think of this? All right, let's review. We got 2 rules. Weights on your heels. Break the finger. All right. Here's what I want us to do. We're going to do potato sack squats, and I want you to start in the down position. And are you okay?
Yeah.
One thing a lot of you will find out is when you start to get these the hip girdle, and I hate to call it loose, because it's not, but for those of you who are feeling a nice glow right there right now, that's what I mean. You feel like you've opened up, Now the funny thing is, one of the things that I think helps me in my throwing sports, is that I have the ability to stay open here, and that's that whole, and I thought, our mobility thing today was right on. Because as a thrower, my goal, I'm throwing that way, I have to bring this knee here and then push the implement that way. Most people we call it, you just wash through it. You go like this, and then the foot follows. So the importance of this motion is what, I mean, the martial artists, you see these guys doing that all the time, right? And a pitcher has a nice situation because, they fall off that little, and they roll their foot. And that hip catches up. This hip stuff is huge for hitting and everything else. And so one of the applications of these little drills is just to get the athlete to feel where their hips are. I still think, you show your age right here. That's one thing about the kettlebellers. There might be lunatics, and I love the guys. But they, how they stand like this? Yeah. With their legs locked out. They are hyper flexible here. Their belt lines are parallel to the ground. I always say one of the signs, what do we call it? Assessment. Okay, assessment is when your client walks in the door, just stand to their side and watch where their belt line is. If their belt points down, look at that. If their belt points down, you've got tight hip flexors, you got a lazy butt, and you got issues here. One of your jobs is to do that. I just lost, I'm not going to be a Body for Life ad right there. I just lost it. So just by doing that, to do this, I have to be a little flexible here. I have to engage the glutes. All that stuff we talked about today, right? And all that stuff. By the way, a lot of stuff we talked about today doesn't apply. No, maybe we shouldn't do it. All right, we're going to start with potato sack squats. We're going to start on the bottom and finish on the bottom. Let's go 15 seconds, okay? Start on the bottom. Now listen, on potato sack squats, fast as you can. What we're trying to do is grease the move in you. Okay, we're trying to grease the move.
Your legs are on. 25.
Any marks? Set, go. Down. Down. Stay down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just stand up. Did you feel a funny feeling in your thigh when you stood up there? That last rep. Did it feel like in your thighs? Did you feel any? Well, when you get down there, if you've ever Olympic lifted and got buried, the hard part, I spent my career down here, the hard part of standing up after you've lost the balance is that you literally have to tell your nervous system, go! There's no stress reflex. See, I'm getting rid of my stress reflex right here. So as I stand, I have to start the engine. That's why I think dead stop front squats are such a good thing for an Olympic lifter. That's the one where you put the weights on a, so you can do safety pins. I saw horses, and you literally come in like this. Holy cow, and you start from the dead. Once I got that lift seriously, just to the high 200s, my clean and jerk went through the roof because that was a dead stop, okay? So that's a little trick you can use. If you have somebody who's in a strength sport or somebody who needs just absolute killer strength, that's a good one to do. So what we've gone through so far is we've gone through 2 rules. Weight in the heels, break the bar, or break the finger, right? I've also showed you probably the most important thing that everybody misses when we talk about the Olympic lifts. Everyone talks about how deep we go. We're not really going deep. We're just dropping between our legs. Does that make sense? It's not a Gumby thing. You know, you can stretch your calves out for the rest of your life, but if you squat like this, seriously now, try squatting the way most people squat right now. I want you to try it. So what you do is put your weight on your toes and throw your knees and then go backwards. Yeah. Look at, you know what? So when your client says squats hurt my knees, what does Dan John supposedly always say? Those aren't squats. Squats don't hurt your knees. Yeah, what you do hurts your knees, but those aren't squats. Does that make sense? I want you to try it again. I want you to feel doing it wrong again. Because it's funny, because after, you will now, I think in the future, pick up almost instantly what people are doing wrong. It's weird to do it. So, point your toes forward, try to keep it close, we'll exaggerate it. First thing I want you to do is push your knees forward. So I'm teaching how to squat wrong. Now keep going with those knees forward. It's a strength exercise. Now put a damn bar on your back. And wonder why that, you know, those poor frat boys can't squat. Because it hurts to do that. Hi, are you guys with us? Yeah. Good, hi. So, now, let's blow through what that we just did, and let's just do one, just drop into a potato sack, squat, and just feel which one you'd rather teach, or you'd rather do yourself. See, now if I load you up with the bar drives you down between your legs and you balance out. Is that, do you feel that? Okay. Listen, tonight we're not going to go through everything in the Olympic lifts because that's crazy. But I'm going to show you a few tricks, okay? Let's get a few dowels out. Let's get the dowels out. I'm going to show you what we're going to do now. Let's get in groups. Here's how I want you to do the drill. Okay, come here, Danny. That's a nice name. Isn't that a nice name? Okay, he's going to drop into the potato sack position. Drop down there. Watch the drill. It's a very simple drill. Excellent. Okay, make sure it's just a, there you go. Here, take a wide grip with that and put it over your head. Over your head. Now stand up with it. That's an overhead squat. When people tell me I can't overhead squat because, and then God, there's a form. There is one place, and they're originally from Santa Cruz. These people will take the overhead squat ad nauseum infinitum. What the hell? It is not freaking rocket science, okay? It is just an exercise, okay? Watch the exercise again. In fact, why don't you go ahead? See, what's funny is, okay, so he's already lost a little bit. Let your belly drop between your legs. There you go. Now stand up. Now, this time I want you to come down, put the stick on the ground, okay? Potato sack it, big chest. Grab the stick again. Put it over your head. Big chest. Stand up. That's the overhead squat. What's funny is, go back down. Go back down. Put the stick on the ground. Stand up. Potato sack squat. Excellent. Grab the stick, wide. Put it over your head. What's funny is that people on the internet will turn this into like it's, you know, the journey to Pluto when Pluto was a real planet. You know? And yet, did you see how quick that learning curve was? The reason was we didn't start with the weight, we started with the body between the legs. So let's use the sticks. I'm glad some people brought some. And I'd like everybody to do that little drill one time. Potato sack squat to overhead squat with the stick. By the way, folks, this is a great way. This is a great, whoever's talking about day one, what should you do day one? This is a great day one with a client. I'll tell you one thing, I got a real sense of what's wrong with some of you just by because I've been doing an assessment. Good. Now, if something happens like your heels come up, walk away, do some potato, let somebody else jump in now. Not bad. Walk out your elbows. You're too tall to have that narrow of a grip. You're going to have to maybe put just barely your fingers on it. Okay? Excellent. Huh, look at that. Seriously, that's pretty. How many of you have tried to teach this or have tried it yourself? Was it this easy?
No.
Huh?
Especially their mid back. They can't.
Yeah. Now walk. Okay. Now when we look at upper. What do you call? Upper spinal flexibility has become a real issue, especially with my tall female athletes, my volleyball girls. There's a great exercise. I'll show you a great exercise for that. Get a kettlebell or something like that, or a heavy dumbbell, okay? And here's the exercise. You can let it come all the way down. It's not the French press, because I know that all the bodybuilders are thinking French press. And what you're going to do is squeeze the bell together. You can just hold the handle and then you squeeze it together, and then you push the sky away. If you do it right, even with your hands there, you should feel a huge stretch in the middle of your lower back. Am I right on that? So just go here, just squeeze, and then push the sky away. If you feel it up here, this is really good for your taller female athletes. Because female athletes, you know, when I was at Utah State, I used to date volleyball girls. And they were all 6'1", 6'2", because they'd never gone on dates before, and they thought I was real, you know. You haven't done nothing, I'm step up, you know. You know. So very often you'll get this, you know, this kind of thing with the hunch. Did you notice that where that hits? So I do this with my female athletes almost every workout now, just to get, you know, that little bit of extra curve in the back. But if you do it right, remember, you're not doing a tricep extension, you're pushing the universe back up. So if you do feel stiff, try that. So remember, I'm not doing this. I'm pushing the universe off my head. Okay? Go ahead, let's get the potato sack to overhead squat. And then what we'll do is I'm going to show you how to do the Romanian deadlift the easy way. Stand up, not bad, not bad. Not bad at all. Notice how the heels are all staying down too? It's excellent. How do you guys like this?
Well, that's good.
Now some of this stuff, you know, I know some of you are probably thinking, you know, it's just, you can teach this, okay? My goal, on my gravestone, it will say, Dan John believed you could teach the Olympic lifts without a doctorate. Okay? No wonder we suck in America in the Olympic lifts, because the way we teach it is so against how education is supposed to work. You don't tell people it's going to take 6 years to learn what we're about to do. You know, with basketball, you tell a kid, it's going to take you, okay, you know, little Charlie, you know, it's going to take you 16 years of hard work to make the NBA. No, you give them the damn ball and then play with it, right? Right? I'm serious. Isn't that the model we use? So why in the Olympic lifts do we train you like you have to have the technique of the world champion the first time you touch the bar? It sometimes takes me up to 2-3 days to get that technique from my athletes. You know, that was a joke. Like, you know, everyone do what they wanted to do. Everyone get a chance to do that? Okay, now we're going to move into the key position in the Olympic lifts. Okay, there's two key positions in the Olympic lifts. One is coming to grips with the bottom position. Now, I know a lot of you saying, aren't we learning the snatch and clean and jerk tonight? Well, yeah, fine. But I think if we can learn the keys I'm talking about, 1, keep your weight on your heels, 2, keep that chest. And then this exercise, the goblet squat, potato squat to overhead squat, followed by our next movement. Basically, I'll be able to explain everything to you later, okay? Does that make sense? Once you feel what your body's supposed to do, we're getting there. We are getting there. Okay? Chasson de Rouen. Nicely done. All right. Now, the next thing we're going to do is that everybody has to find a piece of real estate up on this wall here, okay? Stand in front of it, please. Just make one big line. And in fact, you go on that back wall, too. Anywhere there's not a rail, okay? That's fine. Over here, too, okay?
Did you get that so you can see the Bill couldn't
Now, this drill is going to look so stupid.
Oh, I hope
to you
Bill
at
doesn't
first.
see this.
So stupid.
Hi, Bill.
Like all my
he's
teaching,
gonna kick
it's
your ass.
stupid. Wait a second. That's not what I meant. Okay, what are the 2 rules? Weight on heels, big chest. Here's what I want you to do. Just slightly bend your knees. You're standing there. What I want you to do is stick your chin out to the opposite wall and just touch your butt against the wall. Okay, now take a couple inches out. Big chest, weight on heels. Stick your chin out and now push your butt against the wall. Good. Your feet are a little too wide. Your feet should be like about the position you'd be if you're, okay, you don't know how you, okay, let me show you how to get your feet positioned. Ready? I want you to jump up in the air with me 3 times. 1, 2, 3, down. There, that's where your feet should be. Let your body coach you. Don't talk to your body, just screw it up. Okay? So, big chest, chin out, push your butt back. Step forward. Big chest, chin to the next wall, push your butt back to the wall. Okay, let's take another couple inches out there. Big chest, push your butt back to the wall. Don't fall on the wall, push it until it touches. That's good. Keep your chin up. Anyone starting to feel anything funny? Your what? Did you say your hamstrings?
Yes.
If you felt it, look around your neighbors who don't and coach them up. Where do you feel that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, here's another thing I want you to, okay, now step out 1 inch. And so you won't touch the wall. And all I want you to do is this. Big chest, stick your chin to the opposite wall, push back, push back, push back, until you feel that stretch, and then just release it by snapping your chin to the ceiling. This time I want you to jump. Go. On your own. Go. That's Olympic lifting, folks. That is Olympic lifting. Let's have everybody come here. Stand here, and I want someone to be a volunteer. Excellent. Thank you. And you, both of you. Okay, everyone has to stand here so you can see this. Can you, kind of so you can see on the side. He's going to be facing this way. So if you're back, so you can see, kind of see everything, okay? Okay, get in a snatch grip, so you're going to almost go collar to collar. Big chest. You're going to break your fingers. Break it, break it. Now, what we're going to do in this position is I want him to slide the bar down and put the chin in my hand. Slide, my hand's over here. Here, here. Weight on your heels, wiggle your toes for me. Here, put your chin in my hand. Chin in my hand, right here, there's mine. Okay, stay there. Now, he is like a rock right here. Let me just show you what weightlifting is all about. This is the key position. Stay there. Bow and arrow. This is one tip of the bow. This is the other tip of the bow. It's funny, I said this, Mark Twite's a famous mountain climber, you know, and we do a lot of work together. He's a friend of mine. And I said to him, it's important to keep your ass from your mouth. He said it's the best advice he's ever heard in his life. Tip of the bow, tip of the bow. The farther these two stretch apart, the more this arrow can shoot. So, what's going to happen, let's just watch a few problems here. What's your first name?
Tyler.
Tyler can do that. Okay, now let's cheat, which most can do. Put your weight on your toes, and then kind of bend your knees a lot more. Okay, it's subtle, but you'll notice that the bow has shrunk. Also, too, it's not, am I right? You're not nearly as tense.
Hamstrings are.
And then he hasn't loaded his hamstrings. Does that make sense? By the way, if you watch modern great lifters, that's why they snatch almost what they clean and jerk, is because they load this bad boy up. And then we can't help it. This is the way you're built. Okay, so slide to the correct position. Even more. Even more. More weight in your heels. More. Here. Okay. I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, and I want you, okay, go up another inch. Go another inch. Go up another inch. Go up another inch. Go up another inch. Go up another inch. Chin here. Chin. Hey, butt back farther. You see him shaking? You can see him shaking, can't you? That's the tension of his hamstrings. When I say 3, 2, 1, I want you to jump and put your chin on that ceiling. 3, 2, 1, go! There. That's Olympic lifting. You load up, you load this all up, and then what happens is you jump. Now, we're about to do, I want you to all do an odd little experiment and have your buddies help you. It's a weird experiment, but I want you have to feel it yourself. Let me use you. Yeah, you. Okay. What we're going to do is I want you to do a standing long jump. This is how you go this way. Watch out, folks. You can go yard. Use your legs as much as you can and make a standing long jump, okay? By the way, a world record holder in the standing long jump, Norwegian, goes 14 feet. Any questions? Use your legs. Not bad.
Wow.
Not bad at all. Would you please put your right foot right there? Good. Now, let's come back here. Now, this time I'm going to ask you to do a standing long jump in a very strange way. I'm going to ask you to do a standing long jump. This time, all I want you to do, though, this time, is barely bend your legs. See, I'm not doing this. I'm just kind of, and just see how far you can go. Don't think about it. Just do. Go. Barely bend your legs.
What the hell?
Welcome to the way your body works versus the way you think it should. Remember what I told you about the windmill? If you let your body teach it, you'll do it right every time. If you think it through, you'll... Did he just jump 3 inches? Wasn't that amazing? Seriously, at what level did you go, oh, shit?
I'm still pretty excited.
It's freaky, wasn't it? You know what it is? It's freaky when it happens a few times because you're like, you've had this conditioning now to jump, use your legs. And what we just showed is that your legs have very little to do with jumping. No, Dan, that's got to be wrong. Oh, yeah? You just saw it. So when you Olympic lift, people get stuck in their head. Oh, my God, there's someone. In fact, he was talked about today by one of the Scottish guys who trains his lift. He went to a club course. God bless him. I mean, that's great. He spent your whatever, and now he's certified to coach. I'm certified. No, certified. And so he has his lifters lift like this because they're using their legs. Oh my God. Could you imagine okay, Tyler's running by to me, and I'm going to come up and tackle like this. No, man. Doom, right? So, when I Olympic lift, there's 2 ways of Olympic lift. I can do it the first way you did. And jump less than the second way when I just snap it up. I just told you something that is so incredibly important, but no, you have to trust me. What I just told you is huge. Okay? What I just told you, okay, 2 rules. Weight's always on your heels. Always keep your chest up. Start with the goblet squat, the potato sack squat. It's your call how you want to start it. I used to always start with the potato sack squat, but now I'm more convinced that if I put a heavy dumbbell or kettlebell in someone's hands, as the weight comes down here, the abs jump in so hard that they pull it in. Teach this drill. Then take the Romanian, that's, by the way, that little stick drill is the Romanian deadlift. This is what most people think of as a Romanian deadlift. I did 600 pounds. Well, yeah, you did a rack. You did a rack deadlift. No, it's a Romanian deadlift. I went to a clinic. Romanian deadlift is ass back, ass back, ass back. What brings the bar down? Nothing. The bar doesn't don't go down. I mean, it does, but what makes your butt goes back up, butt goes back. Oh my God! Oh! And you can feel that. I always tell my athletes, when you feel an X across your hamstrings, you do it right. And when you feel it right there, that's when you know you have the position correct. Romanian deadlift should hurt right there. Why? Because isn't that where the hamstrings insert? Remember, I didn't take anatomy. You guys did. I didn't take it. I don't believe in it. It's a religion, you know. I don't believe in physics either. Just think it's luck. Damn it! Gravity. Next time. So, Romanian deadlift is this position here. Now, for most of your purposes, what I've taught you now is enough. Seriously, what I've taught you is a lot. And we're going to keep going, but don't lose what I've taught you. When he did that jump, he taught you that if you're working with someone who plays basketball, having them do a lot of leg extensions, because it works the quads to death, and it works your quads, you know what I'm saying? Works your quads. Quads are important. You're jumping. No, I mean, what's important for jumping is the fact that you snap your hips. Okay? Now you can also do this, but they've done those studies in the NBA finding that most rebounds in the NBA occur below the rim. And if you're 7'4", like my friend Walter Palmer used to be, you don't have to do much to get above the rim. Jumping is going to be snapping, not, okay?
What about for the big verticals, though?
What about for the big verticals? You just proved it to yourself here. Vertical. You just proved it to yourself here.
You don't need
So,
much of a knee bend.
huh?
You don't need much of a knee bend.
So, I'm going up for a layup.
No, slam dunk.
Point is, you know it naturally.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, if you eliminate the knee bend, generally people jump better. Generally people jump better. Now, the first thought is, Dan, you've got to be wrong. But we just had that talk on posterior chain. We just had the talk about glutes, talk about hamstring, and you saw it for yourself. So, what's going to happen is when you try to teach yourself the Olympic lifts, the mistake's going to happen is going to be right from here to here. So, do you want me to teach you all by doing, or do you want me to show you how I teach it?
Doing.
Yes.
Well, it's going to be, so we don't have enough pipe and stuff, but that's okay. This is just kind of the spur of the moment. This is not planned, right? So, this isn't a perfect setting, you know.
You're not going to dig
Good, thanks, yeah. Tell you what we'll do. I'm going to show you how I teach the Olympic lifts, and then what we'll do is try to do with the poles as many as we can, okay? Let me show you the system I use. Who's never really done it, but literally would like to try? Okay, there you go. Let's get you up here. Now, by the way, I don't teach the clean. I mean, if you can snatch, you can clean. Does anyone disagree with me on that? I'll teach you the clean. For most of your people who are in sports, or for those of you who want to do sports, the snatch is all you need. The clean is great, but if you start to dink around with it, it can beat the hell out of your wrists, okay? Listen, what I just said is a bunch of hoo-hoo, but it's true. If you're not going to take it serious, you're going to have more trouble than it's worth. So, generally, what I teach with my athletes is, okay, what he's going to want to do is he's going to put his elbows at 90 degrees, okay, get as wide as you can, and then go a little wider. This stage is just about perfect. You don't want to go collar to collar. He's going to have the stick over his head. Now, he's a little stiff tonight, but over time, his elbows are going to shoot into his ears. Lock it out, chin up, okay? We'll come back to this in a few minutes, but I just want to show you about where you grip. Generally, men who are 6 foot, 5'11" above go collar to collar. Olympic lifting is a short man sport. Girls, you'll probably don't want those rings, you know. Generally, you want to try the rings with the middle finger and then tweak it from there. If you see somebody with their arms bent, usually that means they need to widen their hands. Okay, that's almost universally true. There are people who are weak and mentally think that's going to help to bend their elbows. You've got to convince somebody that you're stronger locked down. Okay, but there's a tendency in sports to become small and round in trouble. But to win, you have to be, discus throw, you want to be out here, but under a lot of pressure, you bring everything in, That's heavy. See what I just did with my traps? Okay, it's heavy. It's stronger than it's heavy, but we naturally do it. Okay, so we're going to pretend this is a normal bar. The bar is about this high off the ground, so let's bring that bar down to this level. Okay, coaches, what are the two keys? Okay, make sure the weight's on heels. Can you wiggle your toes for me? Can you wiggle your toes? Good. Chin up. Break that for me. Break my wrist. There you go. Now the first thing I teach is a position we call heels, okay? And what we do is we're going to push, he's going to push his heels to China and bring the bar to right here. So, and I say, this is the pace we go at, by the way. I'm saying, okay, heels, and then push your heels to China. Go. Stop. And it's a leg press. Keep your chin up. There you go. Keep your chin as flat as you can. Down, back down to the floor. Heels. Good. Down. Heels. You're coming down. The bar should be right about there. Down. Just here. See where this is? There. Heels. Okay, no. Just bring the bar together.
Oh, right, started.
There you go.
Gotcha.
Okay, heels. Down. Heels. Down. Not all the way. Heels to here. All right. Wiggle your toes. The reason, okay, just take a quick rest. We want to start each movement as a leg press. The only time leg presses have that is right here. All I want to do is leg press the weight off the ground. I don't want the angle of my shoulders and hips to change. So if I think heels, and if I push my heels in the try it, it's kind of an interesting thing. If you push your heels into the ground, you'll naturally do it correctly. Just push your heels down. You'll notice your angle won't change. But here's what most people do, is they do this. Watch this. They're down here like this and they go like this. Well, and the problem is it's real hard to do anything once you lock out the joints. It's kind of hard to do anything else. But if you leg press the floor, boom, you're in good shape. So that's why I call the first position heels, okay? Now the next position we call up. Now this is subtle but important. It's only a 2-inch move. He's going to go, now you can't see it, but the heels position goes to about the bottom, to the patella tendon, the 1 inch below the knee. The up is simply this, from here to there. But what he wants to do is continue to be able to wiggle his toes and stay on the heels, and just trust that the knee, because that's the way he's designed, is going to clear. I used to not teach this, but I've discovered that athletes need to hear this next position. He's addressing the bar on the floor. Chin is up. Wiggle your toes, break that finger, there you go. Heels, back to the floor. Heels, back to the floor. Heels, wiggle your toes. Now just push the heels to the ground until you get the bar to the up. Excellent. Back to the floor. Okay. Heels, up, good. Back to the floor. Heels, up. Oh, by the way, you notice he has a piece of PVC pipe? You see what his face is doing? Rest. Many people think that I'm full of it when I tell them that I can take my high school football players with PVC pipe and just about destroy them in a workout. Because these positions, it's hard, isn't it? It's weird hard, isn't it? It's like you want to say, yeah, I can do more, but
It's hard.
yeah. Okay,
Totally.
let's go back, address the bar. Now, what I'm looking for as a coach now is in the up position, I'm going to look for where his butt is. Is he in the Romanian deadlift position, okay? Heels, up, okay, chin forward. See, he left it, butt back. He's got too much bend in those. See how the bar ceiling came back down to his, okay, up is here, chin is here. Butt back. Ooh, that's not back. Wiggle your toes. There you go. That's the up position. Oh yeah, he's got X going here, okay? Now, stand up to it. There you go. Stop it. Now, here's a drill we go into right now. Now, you can call this the Romanian deadlift at your own. If you call this the Romanian deadlift to an advanced athlete, you're never going to teach the exercise correctly. Why? Because you say deadlift, there is a